as we mentioned earlier, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has just announced a new international protection force to respond to Iranian-backed Houthi rebel attacks in the Red Sea. This force includes France, Canada, and the United Kingdom, as well as the United States. It comes after oil giant BP and several other large shipping companies paused Red Sea operations after repeated attacks by the militants. Speaking from Tel Aviv earlier today, the defense secretary called the attacks reckless and said Iran's support must stop. With us now is someone who knows a lot about the threats in this region. Norman Roule is the former National Intelligence Director for Iran. He served in the CIA for 34 years. Thank you so much for being with us. Today's attack, I'm going to get to the hostages in a second, but today's attack was the 11th on a commercial ship by Iranian-backed rebels. Over the weekend, the U.S. military shot more than a dozen drones down. Secretary Austin said these need to stop, but saying it's going to stop isn't going to happen. What do you think needs to happen?
Good evening. You are correct. This is an extraordinary situation. Never before in history has a non-state actor exerted such control over one of the world's most important maritime global choke points. This is a type of activity that would impact supply chains, inflation pressures, energy prices. We're on the precipice of perhaps something escalating that could touch every American and every European. What we need to do is to send a deterrent message to the Houthis that, in essence, if they involve themselves in this activity, they will pay a lethal price for this. The task force put together is a defensive mechanism. It's not necessarily deterrent. There's no information to say that any of these ships have been authorized to conduct attacks on the Houthis to deter them from further attacks against our ships.
So what are you proposing? What do you think should happen? We should be attacking the Houthi rebels in Yemen?
Well, in 2016, when the Houthis fired missiles at the USS Mason and Nizza, we fired upon and destroyed Houthi facilities involved in the attacks, and that stopped the attacks at that point. At this point, there have been dozens of missile launches against Israel, drone fires, attacks on ships, and no Houthi commander has paid any price for this, which means other Houthi commanders are going to say, he got away with it, why can't I?
So what's Iran's end game here? Are they trying to draw the U.S. into a regional war because the Houthi rebels are armed and supported by Iran?
Iran and its proxies do not wish to invoke a regional conventional war that would threaten their stability and hold on power, but they do want to put Israel and the United States under siege. In essence, a level of activity which is such to keep us involved on the defensive, our reputation being blunted, and showing that there's not a lot we can do to stop them. That's pretty much the Iranian strategy for some weeks, and it's likely to continue.
So turning now to the hostages, you say the killing of these 3 Israeli hostages by the IDF on Friday wasn't just a human tragedy, but a setback to Israel's military effort. Why do you think that?
Israeli military officials with whom I've spoken have stated that their #1 objective in Gaza is to return the 129 hostages to their families. This is the death of 3 hostages, and you're now seeing greater pressure in Israel, per your previous reporting, where Israel's own population is saying the military action is not producing the results that are needed. And the call for negotiation is going to be very difficult because negotiations with Hamas will mean perhaps the release of hundreds, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 prisoners who were actual terrorists in exchange for hostages.
Right.
We're actually moving in that direction.
And you actually, you say the IDF believed this was all a ruse when these 3 hostages came out waving this white flag. And you say that Hamas has actually used dolls and backpacks with recordings of children crying and speaking Hebrew as a way to lure the soldiers into a trap?
This is a tremendously difficult operational environment. No military on earth has had to work this sort of environment. It's much harder than Iraq and Syria was for the United States and Syria and the United Kingdom. And what Hamas is doing is they're using unconventional tactics to, in essence, lure in Israeli forces to places where they have put explosives or snipers. The troops on the ground made a terrible, terrible mistake. And Israel has changed their operational procedures to prevent this from happening again. But Hamas is playing a very dirty game.
Yeah, that's chilling, those details. Backpacks with recordings of children crying and speaking Hebrew, dolls posed as children. Norman Roule, great to have you on the show. I hope you'll come back. Thanks so much for your insight. We really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.